Yeah, Cash Gang.
Ayy, what you know good? I'm Darius Cache,
And I'm ToriLive.
and this is the Bernard Song Podcast, where pain has a voice and healing finds rhythm. Today, we have, he's usually with us all the time, but he's usually behind the boards. You don't usually get to see his face often. So, our technical producer and moderator for the Bernard Song Podcast, Christian Aycock.
Yes.
Say what's up, bro.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Now, you might be wondering, hey, why is Christian on the camera now? You know we do that every now and then. We give him, but nah, this one particular episode, it's all about Christian. Christian has an EP coming out, I'm Saved, and actually, shame on me, it's already out. And we want to give Christian the floor to talk about his product, his project, and let's go into all things Christian Aycock. So, Christian, first things first, what sort of EP is this?
So this EP, it was released on April 3rd. It is a gospel R&B fusion EP. There are 5 songs, and it's titled I'm Saved with 4 extra songs under that. And yeah.
I heard the word fusion.
Yep.
Fused with, is gospel fused with?
With R&B.
Oh, okay. You said that?
Yes.
Bro, you be talking so fast. I just be listening slow. I don't know, but gospel and R&B, like, so I know you got a penchant for gospel. All the work that you do at the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church. So what sparked the R&B edge?
I just felt like involving a lot of my emotions behind it, like being able to like connect and give that feeling that also gospel does, that message.
And that's a good way to do it through R&B, because you know R&B has a habit of tugging at our heartstrings.
Absolutely.
So get into a little bit of your bio. I'm gonna get into a little bit of your bio. Christian Aycock is an African-American singer and songwriter known for his work at historic Ebenezer Church, as I just mentioned. And he has earned over 500 community service hours during high school. And it's so fabulous, your community service, because you got the Presidential Award for Community Service from President Biden.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And I just wonder, like, how did that happen? Like, did Warnock had to call him up, like, hey man, you need to get down here. We got a real one. Like, what was the background of that? Or how did that happen? Like,
So this was the award was like 23. It was right before I actually started college, and it was wrapping up the COVID era a little bit. So we still had masks on, and since it was still COVID, the president couldn't be in the area. So he actually he signed out the forms and like the certificates, and yeah, we had a little ceremony, and yeah.
cool. So Christian, you got the highest rank of the Boy Scouts in America. How long were you in the Boy Scouts?
I was in for a long time. I actually started back in middle school, and then 9th grade, COVID hit, and my Eagle Scout rank was kind of put on hold. I had to pass a swim test, and swimming was very hard for me at the time. And then towards like the end of my senior year, early college, that summer, I passed the swim test.
Okay, because that was about to be my next question. Like, bro, I mean, you doing all this. I know you can swim. Like, you can't reach the highest rank with Boy Scouts without knowing how to swim. Right? Because if I'm drowning, bro, I'm calling Christian. Because Christian needs to know what he's doing. Like, bro. So you a junior at Georgia State. You're rising senior?
Rising senior.
Rising senior.
Praise God.
Praise God, man. And we appreciate the rules and the administration of Georgia State, because this is where we're able to convene and do these things. We've been recording the podcast. We are in the second season, and it wouldn't be possible without Georgia State. So, what's been first off? What are your majors, and what's been some of the high points of your time at Georgia State?
So I'm a music education major, future teacher in the business, and some of my highlights were definitely within the university singers, the Georgia State Choir. We recently last year went to ACDA in Texas. That was my first time riding on a plane. I got to meet some famous people, some of my idols even, and it was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
So a couple times, and we've been here. We've been over at the Adderhole building for worship night, where you and the Voices of Victory. Shout out to the Voices of Victory. Y'all have put on, a praise atmosphere, praise worship night. And how did y'all form?
So we formed before my time, actually. This was formed under Jeremiah Brown. And just recently, he just passed down the position to me. So I'm the new appointed director of Voices of Victory. And ever since he started it back up when, I think 2022, it's just been growing. And we've just been progressing. So yeah.
So he passed it down to you, like, when did that happen?
That happened on our last worship night.
Okay, so I was like, I said, bro, I was there. I don't remember, there was no special announcement or nothing. Dang, bro, they're just gonna slide in there and I need to say nothing, dog.
He did. You're right. He just said it after everything. So yeah.
So, you've done concerts, operas, and different services, and you, of course, you sing with Ebenezer's, with the men's choir, but on the EP, I'm Saved, you got My Cry, and which okay, that would be my favorite.
Which one?
My Cry, and that's probably because I heard it before. I heard My Cry before I heard Whispers of an EP. But it's not about me. What's your favorite project off of the EP?
Ooh. Well, I would definitely say I had a lot of fun making You'll Find Your Way. That was a really fun song to make, but I would definitely say that the I'm Saved, just the realization of it hits different. So yeah, that one's definitely my favorite.
Can we get a why?
A why?
It hits different, but what about it? And I know it's yours, and as artists, everything that we do touches us a particular way. But why is that a standout with you?
Well, I actually spent a long time on that song. Actually, I didn't know what to write for it, and it was when I was first writing it, I was telling myself I'm kind of a little bold to like declare that at such a young age. Oh, I'm saved. I'm all this. And people were asking me when I initially released it. They're like, "Are you saved?" or "Are you sure?" And I was shocked, but I thought about it. I was like, "Am I though?" And so, just thinking about it, I didn't really know what to say about it. So, and when I was making it, I was going through some scriptures. So I just pulled a scripture that I thought would be nice from Ephesians, and I used that. And at the same time, I was also dealing with a lot of mental stuff. So it really connects with me, and yeah, I'm definitely proud of that song and where I've grown to become. So yeah.
So would you say that it's interesting coming up as church kids. You hear a lot of things, but it just struck a chord with me when you said, you'd mentioned the name of the song, the name of the EP, I'm Saved, and then to get that, are you saved? It's like, what? So my question to anybody out there would be like, so what makes one not saved? You know what I'm saying? When you look into the scriptures and when you think about even that sacrifice, right, that was made for us, that is for the salvation of all, no matter who you are. And I think a lot of times we do look at the younger generation and say, it's weird because, like, in the same breath, they'll say, like, oh, you're too young to understand this. But at the same time, they, are pushing young people, to Christ. And I firmly believe that you're not too young or too old to receive. See, I believe that salvation is available for all. It's about accepting that salvation. It's about accepting. And wherever you are in life, whatever stage of life, whatever your race, whatever that is, you are never too far from God. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like, I know you said you were dealing with some mental struggles and stuff, and I believe, right now this is actually still mental health awareness month. So, would you mind talking a little bit about what it looks like to be a Christian, but to also deal with some mental struggles? Because I think a lot of people, they fail to understand that, yes, you're saved, yes, you're a Christian, yes, you believe in God, you have accepted salvation, but we still struggle with, certain things. We're still overcoming things as we're going through this journey. Would you like to lean into that and talk a little bit more about what that looks like to balance the two?
Yeah. So if you don't already know me, I'm a very happy and energetic person to be around. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm not, it's very recognizable. And just even during my time at college, it's just that transition from childhood to adulthood, and it strikes harder every year. And during my time at GSU, I've had 2 incidents where I've almost succumbed to suicide.
That's right.
Through mental illness. It was right after my ACDA trip, actually.
Okay.
That was the first time. Mm-hmm. And then the second time was last Friday, most recently. And yeah, just it's a lot on college students.
It is.
Especially with like where we are now and all the stuff that's going on right now.
So what were your triggers?
What were my triggers?
What were your triggers for the first episode?
For the first
attempt.
Like
what pushed you to that?
It was a situationship. Almost. It was a friendship that diminished. I made a comment that was not appropriate at the time. And being young, you just say anything.
Just try some stuff. Yeah, that's okay.
You be trying stuff.
And she took it the wrong way, or it didn't land. It didn't land perfect.
It didn't land perfect.
It wasn't well received.
And I was sleep deprived because I was working the day before. So I was just yapping, as people say. So I made a comment, and I didn't really think much of it at the time. And then when I texted her like an apology, it just started to get worse and worse. And this was all like a week or 2 before the ACDA trip. And then the week before, I had a performance. I thought I didn't do well on it because I had a voice crack. And voice cracks are normal. People are still growing. So on top of the friendship also like diminishing, and the voice crack and the bad performance, that kind of sparked my mental health. And then during the ACDA trip, we were supposed to perform at a venue, and I almost missed it watching a performance because I was very isolated throughout the whole trip. So no one really spoke to me or texted me, and my phone was off half the time. So I was in a concert in Texas. And I was looking at the program. I was like, why is my name in the program? Why is my school on the program? And we're like next up. We're like next in the program. I'm sitting in the audience. Luckily, I'm already dressed, so I didn't have much to worry about. But I was in the audience, and I just saw a text from my professor. She was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm in the audience. What's going on?" And I ran backstage. Everyone was there. No one called my phone, or I didn't see the phone calls or text messages because my phone was off. And when I got there, I just felt even more ashamed because it's not like me to miss rehearsal or anything. So luckily, I still made that performance. But afterwards, it was a lot of confusion. A lot of people were coming up to me asking me like, "Oh, where were you?" Or like there was a lot of frustration that was pointed towards me. So that also sparked it.
Yeah. So you're feeling feelings of being a disappointment, feelings of the pressure from all the people around you. Also, like you said, feelings of isolation. And
Yeah.
sometimes we do self-isolate too when we're feeling low and we're feeling down. And then you have that whole friendship thing falling apart, not going well. I'm pretty sure you're pretty close to this person.
I was.
And then, so yeah, a lot of these things can definitely trigger feelings of depression and just being overwhelmed. And then on top of that, being a student, like, and all the pressures that come with just trying to, yeah.
Man, last year was something, but yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm definitely glad to still be here.
I'm definitely glad that you're
So,
still
yeah.
here and that you're, here to tell the story. Like, so, I don't want to dig too deep.
No, go ahead.
But you said last Friday. So what happened? What happened recently to make you feel these feelings?
So what happened last Friday? I was being young and stupid. I was paying this one person in hopes of losing something that is very valuable, and I never got that experience, and I just lost a lot of money, knowing I have a EP show coming up, and I have a lot of stuff to pay for, so just the realization of being young and broke, on top of having financial responsibilities, kind of hit a little bit harder than usual. And everyone was like, "You should call somebody." That was probably one of the last things I wanted to do, because I didn't want to like burden somebody with my problems. So I tried to overdose. Believe it or not,
Thinking
I took
that
like
was gonna get the problems
Right.
going.
Bro, if you would have overdosed, you definitely would have lost your virginity then. Just saying, that shit would have been irrevocable. Like, so, just being just open and so we were having a discussion before the show today, and you mentioned that and I felt like it was very important because things need to be said. Like, for instance, as much as you wouldn't have wanted to lose those $1,400, you averted a situation because you don't need to lose your virginity to a woman who's charging you $1,400 for it.
right.
That's just not for sale. That's it. It's for a special time, and even if it's not even the most special time, it's special when you choose for it to be, when there's a connection. You can't put a price on connection.
Yeah, that's right.
Whether it's $1.40, $14, $140, or $14,000, like ToriLive said earlier before we came on. Like, you can't put a price on that. Like,
I think it really speaks to the value that we have on ourselves too. Like, you are truly an amazing person, and I tell you this often because I want you to see it for yourself. You see it because we're saying it to you, but I really need you to believe it and see it and feel it for yourself. Um, there's, and then when you deal with, when you couple that with struggles with mental health, we never got into like if you're like actually diagnosed with anything, but people who are going through like anxiety and depression and stuff like that, sometimes that can affect how we value or how like the worth that we put on ourselves. But you got to understand, just like Darius was saying, your worth doesn't have a dollar amount, And even speaking to the EP itself and that whole, am I saved? Yes, you're saved and you're priceless because Jesus saw fit to make that sacrifice for you. He paid a cost that is more than $1,400. He paid a cost that's more than anything that we could sit at this table. We could pull all the money out of our accounts, put it on the table, and it would never add up, ever add up to anything close to the price of salvation, because there's no price on your head. And the fact that Jesus made that sacrifice erases any debt you could ever bring onto yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, what are the qualities that you look for in a woman?
What are the qualities?
Yes, the qualities. Long hair, laughter. Like, is it about a connection? Is there a particular height preference that you have? Age-wise, complexion.
Well, definitely a woman of God, and knowing me, I like I like a woman that's closer to my complexion. That
Okay, get us a little chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate bunny's
Love
winning.
that.
yes,
Chocolate bunny's winning.
and just someone that communicates well, that I can trust, that I can confide in, and yeah,
Somebody that gets you.
right, someone that
Somebody
understands.
that sees you for who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So, okay, the woman who passed herself off, your unfortunate scam artist, did she? Was she experienced, or what was she? What were her claims? Was she claiming to have already lost her?
How did you find this lady?
Well, believe it or not, I found her through social media. The horror of social media.
The horror
And
of social media.
Yeah, you on Instagram.
Yes.
Oh, Instagram baddie.
Oh my gosh. Instagram is horrible these days. But
Hey, that's good luck. Go ahead. my bad.
just a thirst trap. But I found her through Instagram, and I was just texting her. I was just telling her how beautiful she was, and I didn't think I was gonna get a reaction or a response back. So she just kept texting me back. I was like, "What's going on?"
Classic.
Classic. And
It's like look but don't touch.
right.
That's when it comes to Instagram. Look but do not thirst.
Yeah.
Look, don't
Oh my
thirst.
God.
That's real. We should put that on a shirt.
Because that's what. Hold up. What was her profile pic? She wasn't in a bikini or nothing, was she?
She
didn't have
kind
a
of
butt out.
was. It was a thirst trap female.
And some club wear
Oh my
on,
gosh.
looking all good.
Y'all
looking all
gonna be
big.
mad at me.
Not really, bro, because apparently you like what you like.
It's
You know
really
what I'm saying?
okay.
Like,
I mean,
you like.
I think this is one of those you live and you learn type of
Yeah,
moments. You know
that's
what I'm
another
saying?
thing I was gonna get to. You paid the price for it, and it was an expensive lesson.
You paid the
price
cost
for
to
it.
be a boss.
You paid the price for an expensive lesson. A lot of times that's what we do. Hell, you in college. That don't cost money, right? You got student loan debt, don't it? Do you have student loan?
I don't
debt?
have a loan debt, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's good.
There's a
so
cost for there's a cost associated with every lesson, whether it's money or anything else.
So, Yeah, and it's the good thing is you didn't have to learn this lesson twice. And I think even more so that it was good that it didn't go through, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because that's not the type of person that you would have wanted to sleep with anyway. Cause bro, the connections the connections that you make with young women these days in college, you much more likely to come up on an ideal situation as opposed to looking for it online, social media, Facebook, anything, bro. That's it's the equivalent of a magazine, you know. And the connection that you have with a girl who might be in your class or one that you might have went to high school with, but maybe haven't just talked to in a while, or even one from the church, even one from good old Ebenezer. Now, I'm not telling you to be on the because I'm not telling you to go hard to try to lose it, but I mean I don't really know what's that's at $1,400. That's a bit of a commitment.
That's a lot of money.
But it's
Not
been
gonna
you know and I'm a fan of comedy movies. And more of the high school comedy movies where you got a group of friends and they all itching to lose their virginity. You know what I mean? They run around doing crazy stuff and can't wait to lose their virginity.
Right.
Like, or where like you get the American Pies of the world and all those types of movies where you just got a gang of friends who are virgins and bruh, have those type of experiences. Like cause your experience is unique. You know what? I ain't even mad at you for doing that because it's funny. It's learning experience. I would say don't do it again.
Yeah. You're going to be able to tell this story to your son. You're going to be able to tell this, yeah.
Bruh, the white dude from American Pie, Jason Biggs.
You're going to tell this story at
Jason
home.
Biggs, do you know why is American Pie? Bruh, the white boy, Jason Biggs, bruh, he have you seen American Pie?
He did some things to
Have you
pie.
seen American Pie?
I don't think
You
so.
should see these movies.
Let's keep it PG.
Your childhood is not complete until you have watched at least 3 high school movies about their friends trying to lose their virginity, bro. American Pie. Jason Biggs, he had sex with a pie.
With the pie. What's
With a pie. With a pie. It's probably
We'll let you watch
American
the
Pie, apple pie. I don't know what pie, maybe
How you
American.
do that?
Maybe apple pie is American. Okay, all right. Well, it was just the stupid scene. He walks in the house and there's a pie on the table that his mom just baked and it's cooling off. So apparently it wasn't too hot for him to stick a ding ding in. So he has the pie and in walks in his dad. Okay, so you spared yourself from that experience. $1,400
oh
is
my gosh.
is almost classic.
That's classic.
It's almost classic. It's almost poetry in motion that you did something like that. Now the downside is, bro.
I gotta get all that back.
No. I'm telling you, just like when you're in a casino, bro. Don't go chasing that money back. When you cut your losses and focus on your next wins. Do not chase money that you lost. Any money that you lost is gone.
That's true.
That money is gone. But there's always new money to be had.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. You cool, bro. You in a place where you're able to make those mistakes. You're given wide berth to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's not worth taking your life. Many of the things that we go through, I can't think of hardly one good thing, one good reason that a person should take their own life. And that's to say that when everything is on the up and up, I don't think we need to go a little extreme and talk about, when guys being committed heinous crimes and they go to jail and then they hang themselves in jail for something atrocious that they did, like, something a crime involving kids, or maybe they done murdered a few people and they don't want to live much longer. So, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about regular, average day people who have made bad decisions like that. That's not a decision worthy of your life. Yeah.
But it all goes back to that self worth piece. When you are really struggling with, being mentally strong and understanding your own self worth, the moment anything happens in life that takes you a little bit off course, like that's literally the enemy telling you, see, I told you you're not worth it. I told you you're gonna mess up again. You might as well just get out of here, right? Like that's that negative side of your mind. That's the enemy speaking to you. So I think what has to happen here with you, you have to reinforce positive self worth in yourself so that even if some of the worst situations come along, you're able to have some kind of strength to stand against it and be like, okay, this happened and it was bad. I made this call and it wasn't a good call. Or this happened to me and it was crazy, but you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna find you. You gotta have like that rebound in your spirit.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've been there. Like I've been there, done that. I've attempted suicide. I've had suicidal thoughts. I've been there, done that. And I can say to you from experience, it is something that you have to really fight against and see your own worth. You have to see your life bigger than where it is right now. Like today might be a bad day, but that doesn't mean that there's not a whole nother month worth of other days that could possibly be better.
And it's because what is the justification? Because I'm sure there are times that they that I'm not considering. There are times that's I've had thoughts like this, and I don't know very many people who haven't. Had at one point, suicidal thoughts, and what's the justification for them? Why do we at whatever age think that that's the route to go? And is it like what have we done that we just can't come back from? Because I'm sitting here struggling to understand why I may have had thoughts like that. And the minds may have come. Maybe I'm not. Maybe times when I was in prison, you know, or maybe times when I was growing up, and because I wasn't raised by my mom and dad, but the times when maybe they would come and maybe they would go, it's like maybe would I feel less than, or maybe would I feel like the world would be better off without me in it. Um, so it's like what justifies us to do that, and is it momentary lapses of judgment, because there's those some big ass lapses of judgment for us to try, you know, um, because in our sound minds, the people in the lives that we lead, and the many times that we're able to make 1 + 1 = 2, and as many times as we're able to solve problems that and look at things from a different perspective that would make others be like, hey, I didn't even think about that. Like, what justifies that extreme reasoning to take our own life?
Hmm.
I don't really. I mean, I'm interested to hear y'all thoughts. Um, like, cause it's kind of I don't know if there's any. It almost seems like at that point the rationality goes out the window.
Yeah.
It does.
All rational. When you get to that point in your life, your rationale does kind of go out the window. I've had points in my life. I've had points in my life where it's not so much that I didn't feel like I could come back from something, but just that desire to not go on. You feel like, dang, life has been suckish up until this point. And you think, yeah, there could be better or it could be worse. And you just kind of get tired in your spirit and you don't want to even explore the possibility of what tomorrow looks like, you know?
So, Christian, how much of these specific endeavors have made it into your music? How much of how explicit in your how explicit in your music or in your lyrics do your struggles and does your trauma show up? How does it show up? Are there any tracks where you speak specifically about like start from finish where you tell a story um, about an incident or sort of describe the music a little.
Well, I think all the songs kind of reflect my life at this point. The first song that I have is Lord I Pray, which is like a prayer to myself about during hard times. This will be a great song to explain right now my situation. And then You'll Find Your Way is my second song. That's like the realization of like that I'm gonna find my way. The more I like connect with people and get like a closer connection to God. And then the next song, Keep Going, that's just determination for myself just to keep going, because I know it's not gonna always end like this. And then I'm Saved, the initial song and the whole title for the EP, that's just declaring that I'm still here. Like, that says a lot in itself. And the last song, God's Presence, just also a realization that like not everything is like in our hands, but God is always there watching, and he cares. He knows everything.
So Christian, how old are you?
I'm 20.
But you got a long way to go.
Duh.
You got a long way to go.
Everyone always tells you that.
Like,
they're like the baby of Ebenezer.
you got a lot of mistakes to make. Give yourself chance to make those mistakes. You know what I
Give
mean?
yourself grace.
That doesn't mean indulge in folly or be foolish, right?
Right.
Or just or make decisions that you know. But then again, bro, we all do stupid shit. We all do stupid shit sometimes, and we all don't listen to our reason.
Judgment.
We don't say it again.
Our better judgment.
Say it one more time.
Our better judgment.
We so don't, bro. Like for real, we know better. We know better, but sometimes we can't rationalize better for the current for that point in time, and it's okay. It's okay because I know you ever heard him say, "But did you die?" Now, granted, as many times as like, bro, the stuff that we go through, bro, you're made stronger. You're made stronger because what don't kill you makes you stronger, right? So did you die? No, you still here. You blessed to be able to make another mistake, bro.
I don't know if that's a phrase to use when someone's dealing with suicidal thoughts. Like,
damn,
did you die?
I don't know. Like,
did it happen?
That might actually spiral them into deeper
like,
depression.
Look like I died, and I said, that's my point.
But you're gonna look back on this, even this episode. Like one day, you're gonna look back on this and say, wow, look at how far I've come. Look at how much I've grown. Like, even a couple years from now, you watch this video and you'll realize that you needed the dark times. You needed every time that you thought it was over. You needed every time that you wanted it to be over. You needed that to get you to where you're trying to go. You're trying to be a teacher. You want to be a music teacher. You want to inspire the next generation of musicians. Well, if you think you're going to just go and inspire another generation of great people and you think you're not going to have a struggle of your own, you're in for a rude awakening. And it's through what it's through what you go through and the difficulties that you go through that's going to make you more impactful for the people around you who you will inspire and who look up to you, whether they're younger than you or even a little bit older than you, because everybody has something to add to the pot. Your story's not over.
People always want to know who you are that should be talking to them. So your stories matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Start off with the stories. Lead with the stories. Like comedians. a comedian is piss poor if they decide to jump on stage and just decide to tell jokes that are like, because it's the audience wants to know your story. They want to know you.
Okay.
That's the relatability, because the people that you seek to entertain, bro, they dealing with their own bullshit. So it's like we want to enjoy our time with people that we know is dealing with their bullshit. We like to know that the next person isn't perfect because that brings us on the plane. We never like to feel like we're down here and this other person is up here. Yeah.
Right.
Like we never want to feel. We want feelings of belonging. We want to feel like we're just as good as the next person, even people that we look up to. So we have to realistically balance it out, because that tells us that people are not above us. We're not beneath anybody. We're just maybe at different points in our lives. The people that we look up to or will consider role models are the people that we, it's just two different times in life. But to cross that bridge or to get across that expanse, it's like, all we need to know is that it's possible, and the way that we know that is hearing what these people went through,
right?
Because that tells us that our situation isn't so bad, and not just that it isn't so bad. It opens up our mind to the possibilities of reconciliation. How to reconcile our problems, how to solve our problems, even if that means just walking away from our problems sometimes and just not even trying to fix it. Because some things are just too big. Some messes are too big to clean up. Sometimes you gotta just walk away from that shit. Like sometimes
it all takes us back to the EP, how everything starts and ends with God. When you feel like you've gotten to your breaking point, understand that that's not his breaking point. When you have done everything in your own strength, and that's why the word tells us to not lean on our own understanding, not lean into what we believe, our own power, because we're limited. We're very limited. He's finite. We don't really have it like that. Our money ain't as long as his. Our mind can't expand as wide as his. Our power, our will can't go as deep as his, So when it's beyond us, like walking away from it really means leaving it at his feet.
Yeah.
So,
Christian, tell me this, bro. What's your purpose?
What's my purpose?
Do you have a purpose? I ain't mean to hit you with a curve, but you in school to be a music teacher. Piggyback on anything that you're doing right now or anything that you've done up to this point. I was about to say if a random person asked, I'm not really a rando, but bro, what do you feel like is your purpose?
I feel like I'm called to connect with people, to teach people, and to share my experiences through whether it's through just talking or through music. I'm also like a singer and I play piano too. I'm getting better at my piano skills, but I feel like the more I go through, that's the more reason I should give my experiences and my story to people. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's the good thing about that question. It's no right.
That's a hard question.
It's no right or wrong answer.
It's a continual answer.
Right. Yeah.
And then before we came on, I didn't. Maybe it's slightly unfair, but I didn't tell you. I didn't tell neither one of y'all that I was going to eventually get around to asking that question. But I see that it's purposes. It's a thing that's become near to me that we be mindful of our purpose. And that's how we change the world, even when changing the world really ain't even on our radar. If we don't even care about changing the world, you will change the world through your purpose.
Yeah.
It might not be that deep, but if you're going to be if you're a music teacher, if you like any type of teacher, that's that's a damn good purpose to have. To have the want to impact people, impart knowledge, the thing impact people with what you know and what they seek to know.
Yeah.
And it's really being a teacher. It's an enriching thing for you as a person because you get the chance to watch these young people come into your classroom as one thing and leave out as something else. Even if it's just that period in the day, right? Like in that one period, you could have taught them what a half note is, what a whole note is. And they walk out at least knowing that. They didn't come in knowing it, but they left out knowing it. And they left out inspired because I'm pretty sure in your teaching, you're going to motivate these kids. You're going to encourage them to really find their voice, as you vocally coach them. Like you're giving them confidence. So it's a transformative position because you're doing this for them, but you get something out of this in the end too because you realize how important your role in somebody else's journey actually is. You walk away feeling good knowing that because you were here, you were somebody's favorite teacher. You made somebody, like you ever had like we both talked about math and how we don't like math like that. But there's that one teacher in our life that we can remember who kind of like made math a little fun.
Yeah.
Even if it was just that one class, and all the other classes of math. But that class was fun because of their delivery and the way they, So being a teacher, I don't think a lot of people in this climate want to be teachers. I'm a previous educator myself, but that was never like my want. It wasn't I'm getting up, I want to do that. But I found love in the fact that just me being there and my presence and the love that I had for the kids made a difference in their life. That's what touched my heart. That's what gave that job purpose and meaning for me. But you want to do this. Like, this is what you're going to school for. I just kind of like ended up in education, but you want this. And I think that's going to make you an even better teacher because we need people that actually want to do it. We're talking and we're hearing so many conversations about people who are leaving the education field, especially those in the public schools. We're like hearing about how the kids of like this generation's kids are just so much more wild and wound up. And it's not an easy place to be. It's not an easy place to be. Dealing with kids, today's kids, it's hard. But the fact that you want to do it, the fact that you have a passion, we need more, especially more black men who want to be in education. We need that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Christian, real quick, bro, give us a list of shout-outs, bro. Who you wanna be like, hey, hey, like, bro, give us a list of shout-outs, bro. Who you wanna
shout out?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I got a whole list. I don't know if I can say all of them. Well, I'll definitely want to shout out my producer Mattiak. He has just been amazing. He sat with me. He helped me make all these songs. I've sat there and cried in front of him. Made music with him. He's just amazing. And my choir leads, Precious, Samantha, and Dominique, just taking the time out of their busy schedule just to help me on this project, just to grow and share my experiences. Just amazing. And then I got to shout out to Mika Pat. Man, what she did for me last week, and then not even last week, but in general, just being an inspiration. I actually got inspiration to make this project because I saw how she made her music. She also makes music. And I was like, I should make a song just like Miss Tamika. I was like, something about the name Jesus.
All right, Tamika Patton.
So yes, definitely shout out to Tamika and her husband Ernest Watkins. Just a lovely family. I'm
Big
so
E, what up?
grateful. And definitely my GSU supporters, my professors, Dr. Joseph, Professor Stolen, Professor Trevine. Man, they were hard on me this year, but I needed it though. If I want to be a teacher, I definitely need their support. And yeah, definitely you and Tori.
Thank
Did you
Thank
see his
you.
face?
Darius gets on my nerves.
Hey man, we do what we do.
Man.
We do what we do, man. And I have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well. If you missed a little, you missed a lot. But one thing about it, Christian will be with us on the daily. Christian Aycock. So go ahead, pick up the EP, listen to the EP,
Lock in.
stream the EP, lock in, lock in, lock in, bro,
Lock
lock
in.
in, y'all lock in. All right. This is the Bernard Song Podcast, where pain has a voice and healing finds rhythm. I'm Darius Cache.
And I'm ToriLive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cash Gang.